Morning, everybody. I'd like to give everybody a good Saturday morning and Sunday morning and Friday morning, maybe Monday morning, wherever you're at. So I'd like to give everybody an update on the projects that I have for both these vehicles, the 2006 Toyota 4Runner V8 Sport 4-wheel drive and the Tacoma. All the projects. So the last couple of projects we've had is the skid plate down here. Got the Rci Skid Plate installed. That thing's all rusted out. I'm going to replace those. Got some replacement little surprise on order. That's the IFS independent front suspension skid plate. Got the wheel spacers. So what saved me massive rubbing was the JBA upper control arms. So the caster was put forward a little bit when I had them installed. And then when I had the wheel spacers, actually before I had the wheel spacers, it didn't rub at all because the tire went right in, tucked right in, and then the front rubbed right there. So I moved that plastic liner forward and then trimmed a little bit so not noticeable. Can't really notice it. I mean, you got enough distance right here that you got four finger salute, and then the back you got about 4. So I think this has a spectacular stance. It's just a hair out. If you just kind of look at it at an angle, just kind of. I think it just looks nice. When they were tucked in, they just kind of look like a Flintstone car. But you can see the back. It's just a hair. Maybe an inch. That's probably what they are. But anyway, so what I'd like to tell you is there's a few videos out there that so what people have done with the spacers or without the spacers is this liner right here. The fender. So what I did is I still need to cut it right there at where that scratch mark is. So cut it right here, and then you cut underneath. You can see underneath it's just not much. You just use a pair of like tin snips or metal cutters, and then you cut this liner up at an angle. You can see. Let me get it. You can see I trimmed it right there. So it creates this little gap right there. Water gets in there right there, but it just comes right out here. So it's just a cheap little fender. And it's just this thing. No one's going to see it. I have touch-up paint too. I can fix that if I don't cut it and just leave it. But rocks and dirt are hitting it anyway, scraping it, so not much. But this definitely helps. My son and his friend helped do the white truck, the Tacoma. Passenger side took about 4 or 5 hours because getting the knuckle off and things we had to figure it out. Hammer broke. I had a hammer that was 40 years old, so I don't know how it broke. Not sure, but so what I did is I did that on both sides, and the rubbing only touches on the passenger side in reverse full lock, turning to the left, turning to the left, full lock. So I'm gonna have I need to get the alignment done. I have like where you pay for alignment, and it's good for like a couple years. So I'm gonna have them recheck it, and then just maybe move the caster up another degree or two, just enough. I know off-roading it'll probably hit on turns, but on straight forwards, off-roading, where most of the time you're going, it's not gonna touch. And as you can see on the white truck, the just same JBA upper control arms, I had the caster moved about 4.5 degrees forward. So this truck, it's about I think it was like 2 to 3, but you can see here. So 4 fingers here, but these are 265 70-17. These are 285 70-17. So you can see the height difference Let me see if I can get both tires in at the same time. And as you can see right here, there's a, obviously an inch or two. See, it looks, so obviously if these 285s go on here, it's going to significantly touch. And I have a bilstein at the 2.5 setting, so that gives me the added clearance, and you can see that's got some, the clearance here, and then it's kind of level. I think it's pretty close to level. I think with the settling it kind of touched a little bit going forward a little bit, but the body has like this downward slope, so it's kind of hard to gauge. But you can see the hood is a little bit flat. I wish I had something to put it on. Now the tennis ball, that's what we use to park. But you can see the crap there. The white truck sits a little bit. You can see how much higher, and you can look at the roof line. The white truck's a little bit higher. So bilsteins on both. Second gen bilsteins, which are the four clips, 0.85, 1.75, 2.5, and then these are the third gens. I think the bilsteins for the Tacomas will have the 5 settings, which are the 0.65, something, and then 2. So if you want to go above 2, you're going to have to either, and these are both stock springs. So 4Runner stops on a dime, doesn't dip. This thing nose dives even with the bilstein, so probably going to replace the springs with you got Wheelers, OME, Toy Tech. OME's a popular one, maybe the 885s or the 886. A lot of people say put the clip at 0.65 and that, so you'll get above a 2.5 setting. Above a 2.5, it'll settle down to 2.5. And right now this truck is probably a couple of millimeters backward rake. Sometimes depends on how you drive it. It'll forward rake. These are the Baja Designs Squadron Pro driving combo. I'm looking for some coverage for these things. I don't really want the magnetic ones that's in the front, so I asked Brute Force Covers. They make light covers, light bars, stuff like that. So they have a couple different brands, but they don't have one for Baja Designs. He said he's going to ask Baja Designs for the schematic or drawing so they can see about making one. They're about $55. And they have a neoprene one, which is like a wetsuit, which is awesome. I had one on my light bar on the top. Here's the other Squadron Sport wide cornering. These things right here are the wide cornering. These are the non-SAE. These things right here just light up everything. Where they're positioned, it's like daylight. These things a little bit different, more focused, because you have the spot and then the wide cornering. Haven't decided if I want to go yellow. I do like the spread of the yellow. But anyway, the back to the wheel spacing. So anybody has any questions on the wheel spacing, let me know. That's kind of how I've been driving them, and that's the kind of the feedback of everything, of how they've been behaving. So these tires are Goodyear duratracs, are about halfway down. These are obviously the Milestar Patagonias. Love the Patagonias. Cold air, they do lose air faster, but off-roading, they bend and move and everything around the rocks and stuff, help you. Goodyear's not so much, but sand. A lot of Southern California stuff is sand, so Arizona, a lot of sand too. So I like these because they're kind of behave like a little bit of paddle tires. Everybody likes throwing sand and dirt around. Other than that, got everything else. Anybody has any questions on any of the projects I have going on, I'm probably going to get another skid plate for the transmission on the white truck, which this thing has the front one and the transmission. I need to get the transfer case one to make this thing smooth all the way back, and that way I can get one for the white truck, because the white truck we do more off-roading on. This is being kept in pristine condition. Grocery getter, it does go out and pull our trailer and stuff like that. So this one's only pulled the trailer once. So this one obviously has the power. It's got that right there. And that makes this 2006 Toyota 4Runner like gold. I've gotten a lot of offers, even from dealers, to buy it. This thing is approaching 70,000 miles. Yes, you heard that right. This thing is approaching 70,000 miles. So everything is close by, so it's never been driven. Well, a lot of driving far, up to High Sierras, Mammoth, Vegas, and Arizona, Sedona, all those areas. We've done vacations in that. This is a 2017, so new, but we've used this one for everything. But other than that, it's city, and it's always garage. That's why the headlights are crystal clear. I've a clay bar cloth, keep the paint job in as great a condition as I can. Keep everything good. The interior is pretty much stock cloth. I need to do another cleaning of it. It's got the sport bar on the top, the sunroof, and everyone's actually commented on this. So the 4Runner has this factory. This is factory, these little dimples, and it's everyone keeps asking where I got this from. It came from the factory. So I don't know, but I mean, you got this thing, which is a piece of vinyl stripping, which is ridiculous. It's like, come on, Toyota. It's like, look at this thing. I mean, I don't know why I get so many comments on it, and like, hey, where do you get this from? It's just amazing. Great little product there. Wish there was an aftermarket to put blinkers on this thing, like this thing. It would be great to have that on there, just to update it. I know there's some LED driving strips where you can put right here inside. These things have the orange light, which is over here, I think, somewhere. The two orange lights, which are bright, like daytime driving lights. Tacoma, I mean, I like the new ones where they have the dual. And I think it's I forget who else makes them, Miso Customs or Tacoma Beast. They make them, and then, but these are fine. Obviously a lot of people comment that the projectors are not very good on this thing. The projectors on this thing are like phenomenal. I don't know, you can even tell it's not even, I mean, this third gen Tacoma, bought in 2006, I think we paid like $37 for it. And this thing was $37. This thing obviously had, Sport Edition V8, full drive, just, fake hood scoop, and it just rocks. I mean, I've just recently replaced the CV joints. I don't know if you can see that. I had it done. I was going to do it myself, but I don't know, I just had it done. So because they said the boots were starting to leak, and here's a little, these are from 1A Auto, lower control arms, fully populated with the bushings and everything, got left and right. And so it was like, with the sale, like $190 something for two of them. And I called around a few places to have the work done. I'm missing some sockets that I need to get to take this one off. And so I'm contemplating buy the sockets and do it myself, or have it done. To have it done is probably about $150 to $200. And then the alignment, since I have a alignment service, I get that free, so $200. A lot of mechanics, they get it from like their mechanic or their auto parts store, which is like O'Reilly's or AutoZone or Pep Boys or wherever, and they're like $200 a piece. So I basically got these for half off. And because they said last time they did some oil change and stuff like that, and when they did the CVs, the ball joints are they're cracked and they're falling apart. So the Forerunner is not really having issues. With the CVs, I can hear popping when you're doing backup and sharp turns and pulling up driveways and stuff. So that's stopped. But the bushing, so I got to figure that out. So that's why I have those. Get those replaced, and then I'll keep the originals. Put like those Moog or something else in there as spares. But those are around about $100. So could just buy another set from 1A Auto. It's like an extra $100. It means they got a phenomenal deal, and the guys are super nice. They answer the phone quickly, and they're very helpful. And they have great videos on how to install, take apart things too. So might endeavor on that one. I just need to buy the sockets. Other than that, the front end's pretty good. Nothing behaving odd. Drives straight, true. This thing, same thing. Drives straight and true. Catches the grooves, obviously with the big tires. But anyway, let me know what you think. Your opinions, questions on the spacers, any of the project here, the lower control arms, the CV joints, skid plates, anything. Got more projects coming along. Still working on my solar stuff, my solar box out in the backyard. Got some conduit I need to run, and then looking for a good inverter, and then get that going. So, but anyway, please subscribe, like, share this thing out there. So if anybody has any questions, I can answer them. Real world opinions of how things are working, and I can help you out. But have a good weekend and enjoy yourself out there, and peace.